Have you ever watched a movie that stayed with you long after the credits rolled? That made the silence of your room just a little too loud? The Grudge, 2004, is that movie for me. A film that doesn't just scare you in the moment, but creeps under your skin and lingers for days, even weeks. Today, I want to talk about why The Grudge stands out as one of the most unsettling horror films of its time. Let's talk about that sound, the croak. It's simple, yet so effective. There were nights after I watched this film where I'd lie in bed, and in the stillness of the night, I'd hear it. Or maybe I'd imagine it. That faint, guttural croak coming from the shadows. It's almost like the sound itself became a part of the film's curse. But The Grudge isn't just about jump scares or creepy sounds. What makes this film unique is the feeling of inescapability. Unlike other horror films where the monster has rules or weaknesses, the ghosts in The Grudge are omnipresent. You can't escape them. You can't outsmart them. Once you've entered the house, you're marked. The curse becomes a part of your reality, and no matter where you go, it's always waiting for you. And that's what terrified me the most. It's not just about being afraid of the dark. It's about knowing that something is always watching, always waiting. No matter how safe you think you are, there's no way out. And that's the real horror, isn't it? The inevitability of it all. Now, what's fascinating about The Grudge is that it's actually a remake of the Japanese film Juon, The Grudge, directed by Takashi Shimizu, who also directed the 2004 version. What's impressive is how he manages to retain that eerie aesthetic and unsettling atmosphere from the original, while introducing it to a global audience. On the other hand, Sarah Michelle Gellar delivers a solid performance as Karen. She's an American exchange student living in Tokyo who becomes entangled in the curse after taking a job as a caretaker. While Gellar's character is the central figure the audience follows, her role focuses more on being a witness to the horrors of the curse, rather than a traditional horror heroine who fights back. Her portrayal is subtle, with Karen gradually unraveling under the curse's terror. This wasn't your typical Hollywood horror. It leaned into the rising trend of J-horror that was popular in the early 2000s. But The Grudge went a step further, immersing us in a slow burn terror that few other films have managed to capture since. The story revolves around a curse, one born from a powerful grudge held by someone who died in intense rage. This grudge lives on, trapping anyone who comes into contact with it. What I love about this concept is how it flips the haunted house trope on its head. The house isn't just a place of evil, it's almost a character in itself, a vessel for this rage that refuses to die. And honestly, that's what made The Grudge stick with me. It's not just about ghosts, it's about the psychological fear of being trapped by something you can't see, something you can't escape, and something you don't fully understand. So, if you haven't watched The Grudge, or if it's been a while since you last did, I highly recommend giving it another shot. But don't just watch it for the scares. Watch it for the atmosphere, for the lingering dread, and for the quiet, pervasive fear that follows you home. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this deep dive into The Grudge, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more horror movie reviews and analyses. Let me know in the comments if The Grudge haunted you as much as it haunted me. Until next time, beware the croak.